It is April 21st, and the way I look at it is we've got a couple more weeks of not miserable conditions in the woods, as far as bugs, mosquitoes. Ticks are already bad. I'm gonna post a video of permethrin destroying a tick because I sprayed my pants. I sprayed my pants before I came out, and I noticed that there was a tick on me, so I had to stop to watch to see what happened. And sure enough, got about a quarter way up my pant leg, started acting like it wasn't doing too well, and then just rolled off dead. Struggling. Decided to watch him. Got the permethrin on. Yep. Oh, there he goes. I don't know where he went. That worked pretty well. I watched two of them. I used it last season, and this year I haven't put it on yet. I was knocking off like, shoot, I don't know, 6 ticks every time I was out in the woods, which has been a lot. And I just sprayed on my clothes today, and I was just walking through and I noticed that I had a couple on me, so I decided to sit down and watch to see what happened. And sure enough, got about a quarter of the way up my pant leg. Didn't make it long. It's pretty neat. I don't know how I feel about having it on my body, but it's not obviously on my skin, so. All right, time to do some scouting and be a little bit less concerned about ticks. But I'm in a spot that's what I think could possibly be overlooked. I thought it was overlooked for sure, and then right off the road there's a ladder stand. But it's pretty. The spot that the ladder stand was in is a good spot because that was the best buck sign that I saw, but it's right off the road, and that would be what I would do if I didn't see any other hunter activity there. And I might still hunt it because I don't know if that guy is just strictly gun or crossbow, or I don't know. So I don't know what the activity is going to be like. I might scout it out right before the season starts to see if there's any trails pushing back there. But anyway, I decided just to make use of my time back here and just give it a good whirl. And I've never been in this spot, but there is some public fields. Oh, facing the wrong way. There's some public fields over here and over there, and I even think there's one over there. But I'm back in the thick stuff where I don't think anybody really wants to go as a clear cut, and I'm trying to find some good buck sign coming off of that. That's away from that guy's setup over there by the road. So again, we've got about 2 or 3 weeks until it's just miserable with just getting hot, and then those deer flies and ticks and skeeters, and so I'm just gonna hit it hard whenever I have a free minute to scout them up right now. So let's go scout them up. Across the road is a killer feeding destination food source, and last year it was a lot of corn, but there isn't a whole lot of bedding around the food source, and it's all private land, and it's a livestock farm, so just a lot of activity. And I think there are actually some fields and some bedding around it, but the private, I think, is really high pressure, or the public and private are really high pressure. And so I'm back over here on the other side of the road thinking there's got to be some bedding for that stuff, and I'm not too far from the road, and in fact you could probably hear it in the background. But I mean, I've been in so much bedding, it's outrageous. But this is just one good spot that's like a concentration of beds. And I actually found a deadhead back in right next to a bed. And then but this spot right here, I've got clear matted down indentation there. There's another one right over there with some hair in it. And this spot right here, you can see just hair everywhere in there. So this one's definitely getting used a lot. I would guess that this is a doe bed, just because there's one. Again, it could be also satellite bedding for bucks. But I mean, this is a pretty killer spot. Like, look at what I'm surrounded by. There's like a way through here, which is where I came through. And then there's a way through here. But it's just all like, just thick and just gnarly. I always say that, it's so stupid. But I think there's a bed over on that side right over there. There's a trail going back up in there. And it's just, if I walk up there, you see there's so much security cover in here. You couldn't even hunted this stuff if you wanted to. I got to duck down actually to be able to record it. It's a clear cut. It must be 2 years old, maybe 3. But I mean, good luck. But I mean, setting up on the edge of this stuff, I think is the move. Set up on the edge where something feels, when a nice big buck feels comfortable coming out of there at last light. And that's what I'm looking for, is some obvious buck sign. Like the stuff that I just found was, I mean, there's scat all over the place. There's some there. I can't find it in the camera. Right there. That's very fresh. That's like today. Oh, and there's some through there too. But it's I think and all I'm doing is walking the edge in between that nasty stuff and these pines. And I just keep walking on bed after bed. So I'm just gonna keep doing it and hope that I run into an obvious, like I want to find a nice community scrape or a giant signpost rub. That makes me say, okay, this is a good spot to set up. But this is just, one, it's hammered down with feeding, but two, it's just, there's hair all through here and obviously the scat. But nothing interesting right here, so I'm just gonna turn this off and save memory. It's been, ooh man, it's been a long time. It's been 6 years, 7 years. I actually could look on Onyx to figure out when. I'll put it in the video. I actually can look at Onyx to see when I last found a shed. I mean, that's a deadhead back there, but I just decided to give this this kind of like meadow. It's a pine meadow. It's got some pine trees in there and some other stuff, but it's very open. And I just figured I'd walk down either side while I'm in here. And it has been years. I know it's been a long ass time since I found a shed. And I'm walking up on this tree and I'm like, that looks like a shed in the tree. And I'm like, there's no way. I couldn't be that lucky. That's got to be a figment of my imagination. And this is a stud shed. This is a stud shed. For public land in Michigan, that's going to be a good buck. That is going to be a good buck this year. That was broke off right there. G2 or G3, I don't know how that works. That's a good buck for Michigan on public land. Oh baby, I'm afraid to move it. I don't think it's real. Oh man, that's awesome. Oh, I like didn't even want to look at it because I knew there's no way I could be that lucky. I put so many miles on the ground, but I don't go in areas like this because I don't shed hunt. I scout. I'm scouting for deer all the time. I can't focus on trying to find sheds on the ground. I just can't believe that. For me, that's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's like, oh man. Oh, that's exciting. People out there, like, you know, you got your Iowas or your Illinois, or there's just, you know, places where you find sheds. And I find deadheads. That's the third deadhead I've ever found. Fourth. All usually smaller bucks. And so there's two very important reasons why this is so exciting. One, because that's a shed, and I'm really pumped about that. But two, that buck's alive, most likely. So, and he lives in this area, and this is an area that I just decided to give it a peek. And I'm hoping that's just from this last year. I'm gonna grab it. Oh, I'm gonna grab it. I just want to leave it there and just like stare at it for a little while longer. Oh, I'm gonna grab it. Oh, yes. That is nice. So you're going like that. Oh, shoot, what am I doing? Let's see, it's on the head probably. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm too excited. That is a weird curl to it. Right there. Okay, I figured it out. I'm too excited. So yeah, and I'm betting that point was nice and tall. Just got busted off. Oh man, that's the best shot I've ever found. But I've only ever found one other one, which was a good one. But this is that curl on that main beam is crazy. It's a little 8. I mean, that's a good 8-point. Man. Yes. Yes.